Он был настоящим монстром, непобежденный чемпион мира, один из самых опасных крузеров планеты.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, ничего себе!
Глухой нокаут, просто!
Вот это да!
Многие недооценивали Майриса Бриедиса перед боем с Усиком лишь потому, что незадолго до этого он провел не самый зрелищный поединок с Майком Перрисом. Но те, кто действительно разбирался в боксе, понимали, Бриедис не просто силен. Он обладает тяжелым ударом, великолепной защитой, высоким боксерским интеллектом и огромным опытом. И очень скоро Александр Усик почувствовал это на себе. По мнению многих, именно Майрис Бриедис стал самым тяжелым соперником в карьере Усика. Даже сегодня этот бой называют одним из самых сложных для украинца. Давайте посмотрим, как это было. К моменту встречи с Усиком Майрис был чемпионом мира и шел без единого поражения. До этого он эффектно нокаутировал Мануэля Чара, уверенно победил бывшего чемпиона мира Марка Хука, а затем завоевал чемпионский пояс, остановив крепкого кубинца Майка Перриса. Бриедис считался одним из самых опасных панчеров первого тяжелого веса, и многие были уверены, что именно он остановит победное шествие Усика. С первых секунд стало понятно, это совсем другой уровень. Бриедис не боялся идти вперед, постоянно прессинговал, отвечал ударом на удар и несколько раз очень серьезно потряс Усика. Украинцу пришлось менять тактику прямо по ходу поединка, больше двигаться и работать сериями.
Good right hand from Bridis. Bridis shooting punches from his belt line. Some enterprising creative has turned into a dub play. Then a countback system will be employed. The most significant cruiserweight bout since David Hay and Enzo Macronelli. Now, add the WBC belt to the WBO one that he came into the ring with. Onto that front foot to walk his man down once again. British opponent that they still have plenty of energy. Of course, it is a draw on the scorecard. The draw will go onto the fighter's records. But Usyk working behind a right jab that is becoming incessant now. What has been momentarily lost his footing. Combined record of the four semi-finalists makes for remarkable reading. One to the head, one to the body. Back comes Usyk. An absorbing cruiserweight contest of the highest order through to this point. Give and take because both men are working on their defense as well. But an uppercut success on Usyk being forced backwards. But now plants his feet and tries to force Bridis. From the right flank once again. Usyk just backs up. Hook, left hook success behind the gloves of Alexander Usyk. He's trying to get his own back. Looking to build on the momentum that he established. Huge pedigree for the WBO became widely recognized. Just taking a stiff right hand, and there's a mark of this contest. Oh, good right hand from Bridis. Goes to the left hand. Good left jab from Bridis, but then a jolting southpaw left. Action is just above our commentary position. Good right jab from Usyk once again.
Каждый раунд проходил в напряженной борьбе. Бриедис навязывал силовой бокс, а Усик отвечал скоростью, точностью и работой ног.
Good right jab from Usyk once again. Head of the ring. Usyk now. Good left jab once again. Straight between the high-held hand. Usyk said that he was aware of the responsibilities. He scores with a right uppercut. Nose of the WBC champion who's just taken another right jab to defense of their opponent. Right uppercut off, looking to take advantage. Identical numbers in terms of 12 rounders contested. And each time, Briedis just stands his ground momentarily, gets through with the left. Briedis to back up, kept on pouring forwards, driving Usyk to the ropes. In Benidorm in Spain, training camp. But rather more expansively, he says that he loves the colour green and he's aiming to grab at them. Snaking a touch here at the Riga Arena. Tucking up just to get his senses back before establishing his right jab once again. Early off their stall to begin this final frame. Nice defensive manoeuvres from him, but then a good two-shot salvo. The fitness and conditioning of both of these fighters is absolutely terrific. All as well. Good right uppercut on the in. Good left cross from Alexander Usyk. WBO champion making the 4th defense of his boxing Super Series semi-final. Good left jab from Usyk. Good right hand on the in. Good right hand over the top from Briedis. Zaya could well play a role in this. Out onto the front of what has been an absolutely fascinating fight to this point. Lomachenko throughout his training camp. Straight left drives him backwards once again. He's trying to fight back, and this is shaping up to be the contest everyone hoped it would be. Good left is utterly absorbing, and everything we would expect. Such an adept combination puncher. Good single straight. Tournament #1 seed. Is their first and only current male world boxing champion. To the right hook around the corner, the heads came together there. And that's why Usyk is rubbing onto the back foot more than we've seen him at any point in the contest. He's tagged by a long right to the temple, then a left hand is a good shot from Usyk. Onto the front foot once again. Through his 23 fights to date, winning that world title. Usyk looking to continue to drive the man backwards, going downstairs to the body. Usyk coming forward in a straight line. Courage, Myris Briedis, and the count-back system takes into account. You can see Usyk going through his paces with that phrase repeated over and over. Sundays was the only day of rest as Usyk gets through with a good right jab. Gets through with a good straight right jab once again, which drives Briedis backwards. As Murat Gassiev prepares to take on Briedis left what he called the beautiful nature of a Latvian winter. And cries of Latvia, Latvia reverberating all around this Riga Arena. That is, well, if this contest continues in this manner, as Usyk scores with the right jab, still bobbing and weaving, still working that right. Whose style of work do the judges favor? Round very arena that is filled to capacity. Absolutely incredible atmosphere. Usyk being forced backwards, but now plants his feet and tries to force Briedis into an absolute dogfight. The qualities of heart and desire on Briedis, and Usyk's tucking up, just a line, hoping that this storm will pass, along with his fellow campmates. And remember, that was a diversion of some of the all-time greats against a man who has far more experience than him. Usyk, such a wonderful mover with his feet and from the waist. Undefeated cruiserweight prospects, Mikel Lawal. Both boxers letting their hands go furiously. Neither really found them out. The amateur code. Olympic champion, world champion, European champion. That one was staged at 2 p.m. local time to accommodate. Sweat threatened to go around the rear of the head of Usyk, who comes back with a left uppercut on the inside. How badly shaken up was he by that left-hand success enjoyed by... And Usyk is increasing the tempo, increasing his punch output. And you wouldn't expect either man to really when you've got two operators of such high skill. Corkscrew right hand was a nice shot from Usyk. Didn't really put much on it, but it was a scoring shot. He spits a fleck of blood, and his head is buffeted by a two-shot salvo. Fantastic combination from Alexander Usyk, and he's come out fast to begin the 5th round. Alexander Usyk. And the crowd here trying to... Nielsen, the cruiserweight, can change of jabs in a contest where they're proving to be the equal of one another. I've been saying repeatedly when asked through the week as to how he's feeling that I am feel. Briedis' follow-up fell short. Terrific action continues. Weaving, causing a lot of these shots to go over his shoulder. The sanctioning body to recognise the cruiserweight division. But in the conclusion, the WBO champion, Alexander Usyk, wearing the white trunks, takes a sharp intake of breath, perhaps trying to save himself now. The corner did a terrific job, staunching the flow of blood. In the final of the Muhammad Ali Trophy, British lands a cracking right hand. And absolutely nothing in it from my vantage point. And continuing to extract the very best of one another, with blood smearing around his face now, just being made to be a little bit uncomfortable. Usyk inspired. And he's being cheered on enthusiastically. And he's surrounded by Ukrainian boxing, but Usyk was wise to it. Usyk remaining in pursuit of his man. The biggest sporting event ever staged in Latvia. Terrific action between protesters, still sharp. Look at the exchange of backhands in that coming together. Single right jab. British comes back with a right hand behind the left glove. Not always of the verbal variety, just nodding as if to say, yeah, you got me that time. That good left jab from Briedis. But again, Usyk. Hook around the corner. Operators here. Same shot, but Briedis got beyond punching range. He comes back with a straight shot of his own. Briedis intimates that, but he's still fighting off the back foot. And Briedis really be inspired by that. That's a low blow. Make no mistake, Usyk has brought a sizable contingent from Ukraine as well. The roof here at the Riga Arena. But Usyk on the training camp. Good right hook on the retreat from Usyk. Fusillade of punches coming from the WBC champ. So 6 rounds completed, a potential 6 rounds to go in this unification success. Absolutely thrilling action. Worldwide television, particularly interest from the United States of America. Usyk, and he acknowledged that with a facial gesture in the direction of Briedis, but Briedis actually stepping on the left leg, on the left foot. Usyk scores with a terrific straight, and now it's Usyk trying to force the man backwards, but he's eating a left jab. Neither man really able to establish dominance over the other. Briedis intent to get onto the front foot. He's less on the front foot now as the two men. Muhammad Ali Trophy taking place of Usyk. Neither man showing any signs of cracking to this point in the contest. Feeling that they have the fight won. Both men have prepared diligently. Good right hand to the body from Usyk. And now Briedis working behind his straight left. Good 2-shot salvo from him. The WBC and WBO Cruiserweight Championships on the line in this bid to become the unified champion of the WBC champion, Mairis Briedis, in May. It's been absolutely riveting so far. If it's a draw, then a 4th judge will be called upon. Usyk driving Briedis backwards once again. Briedis, the nation's favorite firing line, tucking up tightly. The skill and concentration into the second half, being contested at such a high level of skill as Usyk gets through the goods. Mairis Briedis, relative latecomer to the noble art of boxing, former kickboxer, and he's been sent well wishes all week from his fist of the highest order. Good right hook behind the Usyk, still having success driving Briedis backwards, and he wrestles Usyk down to the canvas. Good left jab from Briedis. The atmosphere is absolutely terrific here at the Riga Arena. Interest in this cruiserweight unification bid of Boxing Super Series here. Right uppercut wasn't too far wide of the mark from Briedis. Usyk out onto the front foot quickly. Portion of the round for Mairis Briedis. Usyk spending an awful lot of time covering up. Poking straights, getting through the guard. Briedis jabs his way out of the corner, back to the space of centre ring. Front foot now, still bobbing, still weaving in front of his man. Snaking out a left jab. Both Usyk and Kenny Bayless intimating that he's to keep the punches up. Right jab success in response from Usyk. There's another 13 fights without defeat. Sweeping left hand from Briedis. Of a contest that is still anybody's of the 20th, 21st century. And the bell hasn't been heard. The men continue to exchange punches. The majority of that round, Usyk was on the front foot, but Briedis boxing very well indeed. 3-minute rounds in this unification face-off. Rapid right jab that he's rifling out. Usyk, such a skillful operator of the WBC champion. Even though he's more aggressive from the WBC champion. Usyk, perhaps mindful of the fact that Briedis and KO doctor, Unier, Dorty Carlson, cruiserweight boxer. And this round has been typical of what we've witnessed to this point. Back comes Usyk now, onto the front foot behind the southpaw right of his own. He's being drowned out. Is Daniel van der Velde of Belgium. Fight for prime real estate in the center of the boxing. Between these two athletes with perfect records. And from Briedis. But Usyk proving impossible. Good right hand to the body. Usyk tries to respond with the southpaw and Briedis. Pecking behind the left jab, still breathing through an open cross success for Usyk. Briedis comes back with a jab into the good right hand to the body. Oh, good right hand for this unification bout. Up for grabs. Whoever wins this 12th round could well... Just beginning to get a swelling beneath his left eye. He's just taken a stiff right jab from Alexander Usyk. Briedis still with a minute to survive. Continuing to work his way forwards. This is absolutely terrific stuff. Briedis breathing through an open mouth. Good right jab from Usyk. But Briedis producing an effective aggression is often favoured. Cries of Midas, Midas. Semi-final action in the World Boxing Super Series. But it's single shots in reply, in response. Terrific start from the WBC champ. Good right hand to the body. Usyk, who got onto the front foot in the closing stages. And he has used skill to box his way. Oh, to a cracking right uppercut from Briedis, and victory in pursuit of the championship that the other one has. Good right jab from that, the intangible qualities. And still, both men punching right up until the final bell. The conditioning absolutely superb. Everybody up on their feet here at the Riga Arena. Alexander Usyk collapsed into the canvas in a moment of...
Это был один из самых близких и самых сложных боев в его карьере. Именно после этой победы многие окончательно поняли, что Усик способен выигрывать не только за счет техники, но и благодаря своему характеру, выдерживая давление самых опасных чемпионов мира.